Baseball has long been America's pastime, and for those who live close to a professional team stadium, the impact of the sport goes way beyond the box score. The team's DNA is ingrained in the community it is a part of, and that's especially true for the Lexington Legends. The Legends are a single-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals, and this is the team's 18th season in Lexington, and every year the team distributes over $1 million back into the Central Kentucky community and continues to find different ways to impact Lexington with various projects and fundraisers. And joining me now to talk more about the community impact of the Legends is President and CEO of the team, Andy Shea, and Lexington City Council member, James Brown. Thank you both for being here on In Focus Kentucky.
Mario, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
You bet, you bet. Now, we'll start with you, Andy. How did you get your start with the Legends?
Well, so I played a little baseball at Boston College and tore my shoulder, so the playing career was over. So at that time, it was in my sophomore year of college, started thinking, okay, maybe the next best thing to play in baseball would be working in it. Then in the end of 2004, beginning of 2005, the opportunity arose where my family had invested in the Lexington Legends and in the ballpark. I had never been to the city of Lexington, let alone the state of Kentucky. I had never been to a minor league baseball game. But at that time in my life, I thought it'd be a great move, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun. And I thought I'd be here for one season. And then it was 2 seasons, and then it was 3 seasons. But to go back, I was a season ticket sales representative for my first 2 years. I worked in the parking lot during the season. And those were tough, challenging times. But now, ending my 14th season, I wouldn't trade those experiences for the world.
And share with us too, speaking of experiences, the community impact is something that is a big core mission of the Legends baseball team, and talk about why that has been so important to you and the team, and even the employees.
Absolutely. It's important to me personally, it's important to the Legends professionally and what we do, but it's also been very, very important and part of literally the Legends mission statement and business model since before they even broke ground. And that's what minor league baseball is all about. It's the partnerships, it's the community, it's being able to have literally anyone, from Central Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, Southeastern Kentucky, be able to go to a Legends game. There are a lot of great sports, a lot of great facilities in Lexington and in Central Kentucky, but not many can say that they can have programs, they are open to anyone and everyone, whether you're a newborn, whether you're a senior citizen, whatever your socioeconomic or geographic demographics are, you can come to a Lexington Legends game, and we're fortunate enough that we have hundreds of thousands of people that do every year.
And Councilmember Brown, the Legends ballpark, Whitaker Bank ballpark, sits in your district that you represent. So share with us about the impact that this team has had in the city, but also in the district.
They've had a huge impact in the district. They're centrally located, closer to the north end, but they're right in the middle. And I tell you what, Andy and the Legends are a great community partner. They they do several partnerships with the school. They're in the community. They're out and about. They show up at several events, the back to school rallies, and the ballpark itself is inviting. And I think they open their doors to a variety of different initiatives. And a lot of people connect with the team and the folks that work at the team and Andy on a variety of different levels. The baseball games are as part of my favorite part. I didn't grow up a baseball fan. I thought baseball was kind of boring until my son started playing baseball. And then I understood it and started to get more into it. So we were early Legends fans, so we went to games early on. And the experience over the years has just continued to get better, be more engaging, and be a place where families come out, have affordable fun, and see a great baseball game, see a great team on the field.
And Andy, share with us about, most people may not be aware that there are 70 home baseball games at the ballpark, but when the season is done, the ballpark is not shutting down. You all have events that happen all year long, is that right?
You are absolutely right. We've got the 70 home Legends games. Hopefully we'll have more this year and in the playoffs. But every year since the ballpark has been open, we've hosted the KHSAA state tournament. We've hosted the Class A state tournament. We host any given year 10 to 15 charity walks at the ballpark. We've had, this year already, we've had over 25 kind of parties or events in the restaurant that's in the facility. We had a great Nelly concert this year. We've always hosted for the last 8 years, but now we're still a part of Red, White, and Boom. We have a great fun event, Rough and Rowdy, coming up this October, which should be just a riot. We had a Lexington Philharmonic concert last year, so it truly is. It's a 12-month facility, and it's a 12-month job for our staff.
And while you all have enjoyed 18 great seasons so far at the ballpark, there's been a lot of discussion about potentially moving the physical ballpark to closer to downtown. So Andy, give us kind of a backstory on that particular conversation.
Well, so the thing that's been really fun for me, again, this is my 14th season. It's the Legends' 18th season. 18, 20, 25 years ago, when the founders of the Legends, when the first owners of the Legends were looking at bringing professional baseball to Lexington, they were looking downtown. They were looking right by Rupp Arena. And certain people were for it, but ultimately it didn't happen. So they purchased the land on North Broadway and privately financed the stadium. 18 years in, we are still one of, if not the only privately financed, privately owned sports stadiums, lands, and all of professional sports in the entire country. So with that, the discussion, is almost in a sense picked back up from 20 years ago or so. The expression that I've heard more times than not is Lexington missed the boat the first time around. And really what the concept is to have more of an economic impact, to really have that as a driver when you've got hundreds of thousands of people coming to one location. We've seen it whether it's in cities like Greenville, South Carolina, Fort Wayne, Indiana, or as big as Washington, D.C. with the Nationals, or San Diego with the Padres. You see that huge as a real tenant, as the anchor tenant, be a driver for economic development around it. So that's the huge, big part of what we've been talking about with potential new ballpark. And then the other one is from the ballpark itself, being able to have it more open, walk all the way around. You've got the open concourses. Much more contemporary, inviting fan experience.
And Councilmember, obviously with the city of Lexington in the downtown area, lots of movement with construction and projects underway. So what are some of the impacts and benefits that potentially moving the baseball team down to downtown could have?
I think it would have a huge impact on downtown. Of course, as a first district representative, I would hate to see the Legends move, but then I also see where it could benefit the whole city, with the Legends being downtown, being more, equitably located to where more people can access. And then plus, it's, downtown has new life. There's a lot of people going downtown on a regular basis, and with 70 home games, it just increases the opportunity for folks to come and experience the Legends. And then even with the Red, White, and Boom concert, I think last year the amount of people that came to our city to experience that event, that impact would only spread out to the other businesses and operations downtown. So I do see the benefit of that. So yeah, I think it would be great for the Legends. It would be great for the downtown if we can make it happen.
And have you always heard a lot of positive feedback from people in your district in support of the Legends and what they're bringing to the city?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about the Legends and what they bring to the city in the experience at the ballpark. I haven't heard anything but good things. Even, when we even talk about the potential move to downtown, it's not that far. Our district, the first district, is located pretty much close to downtown. That expands out, so it's not that big of a commute. So I don't think it'd be any pushback to the Legends relocating, but I don't think it'd be any pushback for them to stay where they're at either. Yeah.
And Andy, we mentioned earlier that the team is a single-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals, so obviously there's a lot of players that are called up to the next level. But talk about the fan appreciation for the team and the players. Even though the players may be here for a short amount of time, are the fans still getting connected with those players?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it's still so fun, when you see Jose Altuve win the American League MVP last year, win the World Series championship with the Houston Astros, and then you see people who try and act like they knew that he would be the star that he was, when absolutely no one was giving the guy a chance because he was 5'6". But it's a lot of fun, and hearing the memories still, and people still talk about Hunter Pence when he was with the Legends in 2005. Mike Fulton-Evans with the Atlanta Braves made the All-Star team this year. He has truly come into his own, and the thing that was funny and interesting with him is that he played for us for 2 years, and he didn't get his first professional win until his second year. So he played for us for a full season and didn't get a professional win. But then, he really clicked, he matured, he developed, they did a good job with him, and now he's a Major League Baseball All-Star and one of the best pitchers in the big leagues. So it is really fun, and I know that there are still a ton of fans that still follow, a ton of Booster Club people that still keep in touch with them, and I know that a lot of the people love their experience in Lexington.
Earlier this season, the team reached a new milestone with celebrating its 6 millionth fan to the ballpark. So in 18 seasons, 6 million fans, it definitely proves that you are doing something great.
Well, I appreciate it. And the thing that's fun with that is that that's Legends games only. Any given year, we'll have 100 to maybe even 200,000 extra bodies that come to the facility and come to the ballpark for those non-Legends events, which is just, again, I think it's awesome for the community. It's a new demographic. And it's pretty fun to have at the stadium and at work as well.
And for people that want to learn about how many games are left in the season or events that you have coming up at the ballpark, where's the best way they can go to find out more?
LexingtonLegends.com is the best. That's got all the information on our games, on our events, on our staff, on our company. It's the best.
Well, Andy Shea and also Councilmember James Brown, we appreciate both of you all for joining us here on the program this week.
Thanks, Mario. I appreciate it.
Coming up, we travel to Bowling Green Ballpark to visit with the general manager of the Bowling Green Hot Rods and see how they are aiming to impact the community. Next on In Focus Kentucky.